Welcome to the first bauxite presentation in the AGORACOM online Gold and Commodities Conference. I'm Yannis Tsitos, President and Director of First Bauxite, and I will be presenting our company to you today, as well as answering questions posted by investors who are watching the presentation at our scheduled time. If you are watching this presentation outside of our scheduled time, please post your questions as we will be checking in over the next couple of days to answer them. Before I begin, I would ask that all of you take the next 10 seconds to review our disclaimer, which you can review at any time by coming back to this slide. First Bauxite Corporation, our main commodity and target commodity is not gold, it's not as glamorous as that, but rather is bauxite, the prime product and raw material to produce aluminum, although First Bauxite will not be in the business of the aluminum metal, but rather in the industrial business of refractory calcined bauxite production for export to European and North American markets. First Bauxite Corporation has commissioned a feasibility study on its high alumina raw bauxite reserves and resources in Guyana, and at the moment we are about 80% on this feasibility study on Bonasica project, which is the flag project of First Bauxite. But why First Bauxite Corporation? The main 6 reasons for somebody to pay attention on First Bauxite are the following. Solid management. We are trying to build a team of results-oriented people, not only on the management side, but also on the execution operational side, where we engage with engineers with experience in the refractory business, geologists with experience in bauxite and aluminum business, etc. The commodity is unique and the market is niche. Tremendous need for this product, as it is a basic product for the steel industry and so many others, as you will see in the presentation, but the supply is very much constrained at the moment. The projects of First Bauxite Corporation have indicated very high quality ore to date. We are going to operate and export from an optimum location in Guyana in South America at 45 kilometers from the Atlantic Ocean. We are talking about rapid development to production, and the capital expenditure needed is extremely low. So in this presentation, I will talk firstly about the commodity and the industry for you to understand what we are talking about. Secondly, about FBX projects, then about our business plan, and finally about the company. This is a slide that talks about the general bauxite industry as a holistic industry. The gray line represents 95% of the world production of bauxite, and that becomes in 2 phases, aluminum metal, alumina first, and aluminum metal in the second phase. This business obviously is an investment of more than $2 billion for each process, and therefore you can see out there only big companies getting involved in this type of bauxite production. First Bauxite Corporation will be focused on the left side of the diagram, which we talk about calcined products. It's amazing for how many industrial applications bauxite can be used, or high alumina bauxite can be used. So we are going to target the production of refractories in the first phase, and later on the production of abrasives and proppants for oil drilling. This slide very briefly discusses the uses and consumption and of all the types of bauxite, which indicates that the refractory bauxite production for 2009 is about 1.2 million tons, but in the recent years the production ranges between 1 million tons and 1.6 million tons. This is the production to be exported, because China is producing additionally another 3 million tons, more or less, that is consumed internally in China. This world map shows the position and location of major bauxite production. As a geological genesis, bauxite cannot be found in, for example, Canada or Siberia, but rather on equatorial terrains or low latitudes. So between Australia, Guinea, Jamaica, and Brazil, more than 85 to 90% of the whole production of bauxite takes place. But when it comes to non-metallurgical grade capacity bauxite, the production is located in China, Guyana, Brazil, and India. And when we talk about refractory production, at the moment, if you are a consumer of this product, you can only buy it from China or from Guyana. And the company producing in Guyana is controlled by a Chinese company called Bauxite Minerals. But what is refractories? Refractory material definition, a material that is not deformed or damaged by high temperatures or chemical reactions. And thus, any pyrometallurgical process, any reactor or kiln or furnace, you need to align it with refractory bricks or castable refractory material. Therefore, it is protected from melting, high temperatures, or a chemical reaction. That makes the use of refractories by so many industries as the end product. Primary steel industries consuming more than 65% of the world refractory. But cement, glass, petrochemicals, and non-ferrous industries also consume refractories. FBX is aspiring to become a raw material producer of high alumina bauxite for the refractory business. We are not going to produce refractory bricks ourselves. Of course, this is a very informative slide about showing who is producing this product at the moment. 85% of the world production comes out of China, 7% comes out of Guyana. As I said, the production is controlled by a Chinese company, and therefore more than 90% of the world production is controlled by Chinese hands. The Russian, India, and Brazil production are captive markets, and all three countries are deficient of production of refractories, and therefore they need to import. As a result of that, we are having a tremendous trend of increased prices in the last 3 years, but during the financial meltdown, we had little effect into the refractory bauxite price. In continuation to the previous slide, that shows that on top of all of that, and because of the strategic outlook as a basic product of the refractories production and high-quality bauxite, China has imposed export quotas on the export of bauxite from it. So you can see in 2008 what was the export from China, and in 2009 that has been reduced by at least 70%. So if you are a producer of refractory bauxite in China, you have to pay 15% export quota plus 17% VAT. That has driven the prices to incredible levels, but also has produced substitution to products of inferior quality. High alumina bauxite can be transported over long distances and therefore competes much better against other products that are used to make refractories. A metallurgical bauxite will sell today for $35 to $50 per ton, ranged on the value of the alumina content, but also on the value of iron, silica, and other impurities content. But refractory bauxite price after beneficiation are on the order of about $400 to $650 per metric ton, and these prices are FOB. Now, if it's that lucrative, one of you might ask me, why, if there is so much bauxite all over the earth, some other people cannot produce refractory bauxite? It's because of the needs and the specifications of the raw product. You need to have 3 elements as restrictions. One should be the alumina should be higher than 58%, the iron should be lower than 2%, your iron content, and almost no alkalis in your bauxite. And that effectively sterilizes more than 98% of the world bauxite.